Hello guys, you are now in my Saab 93 Combi, and the reason you're maybe watching this video is because you want to change this boot, and as you can see mine is a little bit worn here, so I'm gonna change it for this suede one. It was actually pretty cheap from eBay, so I hope it will fit and look nice. And you can see also my gear handle, the thingy. I don't really remember what we call this one, but this is also worn. I haven't got it in the mail yet, so that will be in a different video, but the process will be the same if you were going to change the gear knob and for the like this, because we need to take this off anyway. So my motto for this channel is that if I can do it, you should be able to do it as well. And to do this you don't really need any tools at all, I think, at least from what I read on the internet. We have to take this gear knob off and also take this trim piece off. So it turns out that it's really almost impossible to remove the shift knob. So the way I'm gonna do it now, you have to replace it later, I think, because I think it will be destroyed when I finally get it off. So I just found a screwdriver. I should maybe get a flathead, but I don't really care, and we have to pop this cap off first because this is in two pieces. This was far harder than I thought, but reading on the internet, I think a lot of Saab have this shift knob here made in plastic, which makes it a lot more fragile. And you also had like a screw method that you were to drill a screw down here and it would push somehow so the stick would go up, but I'm not sure if that is a good idea on this shift knob, because this is all metal. Oh my god. If you have a shift knob like this, I strongly advise you don't try to take it off. I'm at this point now of no return. As you can see, I can't really drive around with a shifter like this, but as you can see, this whole metal thing here is stuck on this shaft here because it's like glued on really hard or something. And as you can see, I have drilled a lot of holes into it. I have now separated this thing, and you can see the shaft inside here now, and maybe I can get something around here to try to pull it off somehow, maybe heat it up a little bit or something. Hope the shifter still works after this. At least the reverse function here still is active. So yeah, this was really much harder than I thought. So yeah. Holy shit, it finally went off. Never really thought it would. Really crappy way to that Saab have put this one on there. As you can see, this is all aluminium, and inside here there's some really strong epoxy or something wrapped around this gear lever, which I of course broke a little bit. Drilling into it, and you can see like the epoxy on the sides here almost feels like glass fiber or something. Really ridiculous. Then I can maybe move on to taking the shift, what was it called again? The shift boot off, and you're supposed to remove that simply. We will hope that I don't have to drill through that one. Should be smart to maybe use like a butter knife or something. Oh yeah, it was just to lift up here. And I think I have to get this white frame from the inside, and it should just be to push these knobs here or something. That's one out, and that's one out. And then the frame is loose. You can take that one out. Then the boot here is just held on by this zip tie here. Moving the zip tie, and then this one should come off, and it did. So now I only have to wrap it, the new one, around this one, and maybe also use this stapling machine to get the same effect, if I have one that is able to do that though. The boot is on. I didn't have a stapling or binding machine, whatever it's called, of like the industrial grade you need to use it to get it through this plastic, so I just use some glue. I don't really think it's necessary, but I just wanted it to be secure around it. So then I just have to put it into the frame. And it snapped. So I did put it on maybe the wrong side from the underside. We should have this lip here, and I thought the plastic was like pretty bendy, so I thought it was no problem. So now I have this cracked plastic here. Just gonna get it to the normal fitment, and then just gonna use some super glue, and it will be fine. As long as it stays down there, it's no problem. So it cracked off a little bit more, so now it's really simple. I just lift it up and glue the underside, and it will all be fine. Okay guys, sorry for the darkness here, but this is like 2 days later. What a shit show this was. As you can see, everything now looks nice, at least. I had to plaster dip this trim piece because I spilled some super glue on it, and when I tried to get it off, the paint on the cover also went off. And of course I also snapped the white thing under here, which the boot cover was attached to. So I glued that on now with just like hot glue, and also stitched the boot around the white one so it will stay on there. So I hope that is it. And now it's just the reverse part of. Okay, so I just wanted to show you. To fit the boot, you just push it down under this cover so it goes around the stick. Then you just have to feel where the knob ends and where it's like indented for the zip tie to go. Then you just thread the zip tie around the bag, I mean the boot that you have already. You should thread the zip tie around the boot before you take it over the shifter here. But then you just tighten it up when it's in place around this indent, like in the plastic. then you tighten it, then you cut this one off, and then you can push down the cover again, and everything should be fine. So it's finished now, and it's really nice to be done finally. You see the shifter here, got a little bit damaged, but I don't think that is a problem. You don't have to thread anything on this stick shift, and the new shifter I think is in plastic, so it will just glue it on the top. So I think this boot looks a lot better than this one, and it only costs around $15 or something like that. So I hope you at least find this video useful. Of course it isn't a step-by-step guide. This isn't something that I have done before, but it's like a nice video for you to be cautious about different things that I did wrong, yeah, and things like that. Hope you enjoyed.